Hi guys, how you doing? Tim from Infinity here, and I hope you're well. I hope that everything's going okay during this lockdown time and all of that. And I was trying to just kind of wrap my mind as to things that I could do during this lockdown. You saw last week that Dan posted a little bit of him playing guitar, playing a solo for yesterday, and I figured, what can I do? I've seen loads of people posting like tutorial stuff and things like that, but I'm not really a teacher, particularly when it comes to bass. I probably still need a teacher myself. But what I do, and what I have kind of been honing my craft recently with, is writing lyrics. So I figured I'd put this out there as a kind of behind the lyrics little video. Hopefully, like, it doesn't go on too long and I don't just rabbit on, because I have a tendency to do that. I'm doing it now. But yeah, I figured I'd go into sort of why I chose to use particular lyrics in particular songs, why I thought that was a good idea, and hopefully kind of give some ideas for any potential lyricists out there who are wanting to write songs going forward. So if you think that's something you might be interested in, hopefully you enjoy this video. So today we're going to be looking at one of our favourite songs to play live. In fact, it's probably the song we open with the majority of the time. And that is Phase You Out. This song hasn't been released sort of to the wider public or anything. It's going to be on our next EP, and that means that you probably haven't heard the lyrics properly for this, but I'm going to go over what I wrote for that song and sort of how I went about it. So first of all, let's actually take a look at what the lyrics are. I'm just going to be doing the chorus of the song. So let's take a look at what those lyrics are.
Down to your knees, break down, begging to me. This way I love to be in front of him instead of me. And you can pray for mercy, you can cry out for help, you can scream and you can shout. I won't let it faze me, I'm just gonna phase you out.
So sometimes as a songwriter, as a lyric writer, you kind of get stuck on one word or one particular phrase that you think, I really want to use that in a song. And in other songs, I've got stuck on a phrase for years and have finally found a way of using it. This one wasn't like that. This was just kind of an afternoon of being stuck on a particular word. And that particular word was phase. And I was spending the day thinking about phasers and various guns and futuristic stuff and things like that, and I kind of got really stuck on this word phase. And then it came to me that phase is not one word. You know, phase is two words with the same sound, and I always forget what that is called. I think it's a homonym. But yeah, it's two words, both with the same sound with drastically different meanings. So of course you've got phase as in to phase something out, to make something disappear, and then you've got phase as in to let something phase you, to let something affect you. And I thought, how can I use this in a hook? And so these two words are what moulded the very last line of the chorus. So the last line of the chorus, the hook of the chorus, was the very first thing that I wrote. So I started thinking about you know, you let things phase you. What do you try and phase out? What are those things? And obviously, we're a rock band. So what do we try and phase out? We try and phase out women. Because that is what you do in a rock band. You write songs about sex. You write songs about breaking up. And you write songs about cheating whores. And this is the third one of those. This is writing a song saying, you've screwed me over. I'm not going to let it phase me. I'm just going to phase you out, which is a complete disaster in reality, because I ain't phasing nothing out if I'm writing a song about it, but that's for another time. So yeah, I started writing this particular line of I won't let it phase me, I'm just going to phase you out. And I really liked the contrast between phase me and phase you. I thought that was a nice thing to put in. And then you've also got the start of the lines are very strong, as in there's no I might not let it phase me, it's I will not let it phase me. I am going to phase you out. So yeah, I just thought that that was kind of where this was built from, and instantly from that, you've then got a song construct. You've got your story. Somewhere, somehow, you've been screwed over. Not going to let it phase you. You're just going to phase them out. Excellent. So where do you go from there? What do you start building the rest of the chorus? And actually, when I originally wrote this, unfortunately I don't have the original lyrics. They were on my old phone. But we changed this a little bit. So I originally had an extra line in here that kind of didn't fit with the music when we started writing it. So I then started back at the start of the chorus. So fall down to your knees, break down begging to me. It's where you love to be, in front of him instead of me. There's a very clear undertone as to what's gone on there. So at some point she has been on her knees in front of somebody else rather than me. I also like the kind of religious imagery and the begging imagery within it. So falling down to your knees has got several connotations. It's got the sexual connotations. It's got religious connotations of falling to your knees in prayer. And it's got connotations of begging for something, begging for your life, begging for something to happen. So like 3 different meanings all rolled into one with that. So that's why I continued it into the second part with saying you can pray for mercy. So you're still down on your knees, you're still down praying for mercy. You can cry out for help, something you might do. You might cry to the sky or something. You can scream, you can shout. These things are all things that you could probably do whilst on your knees. But then I won't let it phase me. I'm just going to phase you out. Other things to note within that, you got a lot of repetition. You can pray. You can pray for mercy. You can cry for help. You can scream and you can shout. So there's a lot of you cans in there, and I really like repetition in songs because that is what makes things stand out. If things are repeated over and over and over again, you will remember them. And unless you do it too much or it's really overt, which I think this is kind of a subtle one because it's you can pray, you can cry. So you don't really focus on that because it's not the main word of the sentence. As long as you're not overdoing it, I think that's a fantastic thing to use within your writing. I think that is about everything that I really need to cover for this song. There's probably loads more as I was writing it. I was thinking, particularly within the verses and everything else. The verses of this one, this is one of the few songs actually that was written by all of us in the rehearsal room for a change. So most of them are kind of, we've got something and one of us, normally me or Pete, will take it away, we'll come back with a song. This one is actually all of us. So that was really cool. So thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. I really hope that you've taken a little bit of something away from you, whether you're a budding lyric writer yourself or whether you just want to see the insights of how music gets written, how we personally go about our stuff. If you've got any songs that you would like me to cover next, bear in mind I don't write all of the songs, so if you ask for a specific one I might have to ask Pete to do it. Just let us know, and yeah, hopefully, like I say, you've enjoyed it. So until next time, you make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and keep washing your hands.